raised in the Lone Star land, with boots on my feet and dreams in my hand. A little sassy but a whole lot of grace. You'll see that fire when you look in my face. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Barbecue smoke, Friday night lights, cheering for the Astros under Texas skies. A little bit stubborn, a whole lot of charm. This big old heart will keep you warm. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Barbecue smoke, Friday night lights, cheering for the Astros under Texas skies. A little bit stubborn, a whole lot of charm. This big old heart will keep you warm. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. From the blue bonnet fields to the city streets, every step I take feels like home to me. With a little sass and a lot of pride, this Texas girl's got nothing to hide. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Gummy shoe prints laid them down the street. Chocolate wrappers hiding secrets sweet. They don't miss a beat, they've got a knack. With licorice ropes pulling answers back. Twist the wrapper to reveal the truth. A sticky web spun by a candy slough. No sour lies can escape the grip. These lollipops always crack the whip.
Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing out there? Hope everybody's having a super great Friday. TGIF. Getting ready for the weekend. Hey, Cecilia. Hey, Dan. DJ. Daisy Dukes. Or Daisy Daisy. I got to get used to the no Dukes. Just Daisy Daisy. Let's see here. Miss Rhonda, hello to you. Hey, Miss Kathy. TJ. Hello, hello. Hey, Teresa. Cinderella. You're good. You're not late. We're just getting started, girl. Hey, Lisa King. Good to see you. Let's see if anybody else sneaking in here with us. I guess. Let's see here. I guess that's it. She will, TJ. She will always be our brown-eyed girl. Always, always. But hello to everybody. Thank y'all so much for being here, coming to hang out with me. Did want to go over something real quick. I have forgotten all about the fact that it is softball time again. And I'm going to be at the ballpark a lot. It's starting about 20 minutes from right now. So we may have to go back to our 4:30 timeline, guys, because I'll be at the ballpark so much. But we will see how it goes. Yes, you, Daisy, Daisy. You'll always be our brown eyed girl. But, anyways, we'll see how it works out. But yeah, we may have to go up a little bit so we can do a live and I can head out for the ballpark after we're through. But little one starts her games next Saturday. And then we'll be busy, busy, busy all the way through till the end of May at least. And so, my favorite time of the year. I love, love, love some softball and baseball time. My grandson will be playing, but he's playing in another town over. So, it's going to be a lot of traveling for his games, but worth the drive always. Daisy going, change your name again. Oh, goodness. Goodness, goodness. Well, I appreciate y'all so much. Today, we're going to go over the John Benet Ramsey case. We're going to start at the very, very beginning of it all. And let's go ahead and get started. Let me get this pulled up real quick. I was so late getting out my notification because I create it and get everything set up the night before, but I put it on private until we're ready to put it out there, and I forgot to put it out. But let me get over here. All these links are going to be in the description of the video. And so let me see if I can get back here. There we go. So anyways, I'm going to read to you just a little summarization of everything that went on with her case. On December 25th, 1996, 6-year-old John Benet Patricia Ramsey was unalived in her family's home, and then it gives the address in Boulder, Colorado. She was reported missing early on December 26th, and her body was found about 7 hours later in the basement of her house. Her skull had been fractured and a garrote was tied around her neck. The autopsy determined the cause of death was asphyxiation by strangulation associated with cranial cerebral trauma, and the case was ruled a homicide. The Boulder police went in and initially focused on the Ramsey family, particularly a handwritten ransom note found in the house, which investigators believed had been written by John Benet's mother, Patsy Ramsey. And so from there, I'm going to go ahead and read you guys the ransom note that was left in the house. It was found on a staircase step there, and for a ransom note, it was quite lengthy. Mr. Ramsey, listen carefully. We're a group of individuals that represent a small foreign faction. We do respect your business, but not the country that it serves. At this time, we have your daughter in our possession. She is safe and unharmed. And if you want to see her, or if you want her to see 1997, you must follow our instructions to the letter. You will withdraw $118,000 from your account. $100,000 will be in $100 bills, and the remaining $18,000 in $20 bills. Make sure you bring the adequate size attache to the bank. When you get home, you will put the money in a brown paper bag. I will call you between 8 and 10 a.m. tomorrow to instruct you on delivery. The delivery will be exhausting, so I advise you to be rested. If we monitor you getting the money early, we might call you early to arrange an earlier delivery of the money and hence an earlier delivery pickup of your daughter. Any deviation of my instructions will result in immediate execution of your daughter. You will also be denied her remains for proper burial. The two gentlemen watching over your daughter do not particularly like you, so I advise you not to provoke them. Speaking to anyone about your situation, such as police, FBI, etc., will result in your daughter being, how do I say this on YouTube? Her head no longer attached. If we catch you talking to a stray dog, she is unalived. If you alert bank authorities, she is unalive. If the money is in any way marked or tampered with, she is unalived. You will be scanned for electronic devices, and if any are found, she is unalived. You can try to deceive us, but we warn you that we are familiar with law enforcement countermeasures and tactics. You stand at a 99% chance of unaliving your daughter if you try to outsmart us. Follow our instructions, and you stand 100% chance of getting her back. You and your family are under constant scrutiny as well as the authorities. Don't try to grow a brain, John. You are not the only fat cat around, so don't think that killing will be difficult. Don't underestimate us, John. Use that good Southern common sense of yours. It is up to you now, John. Victory. And it is signed SBTC. Lots of people did believe that the mother was the one that wrote the note. Patsy Ramsey reported that she found a 2.5-page handwritten ransom note on the kitchen staircase. The note, and it goes on to talk about it. A neighbor, Scott Gibson, claimed around midnight while looking from his kitchen window, he saw the upper kitchen of the Ramsey residence lit up with dim lights. Neighbor Melody Stanton reported that she woke up shortly after midnight to the sound of a child's scream coming from the Ramsey residence. And there was a lot of things that, law enforcement very much assumed the family had done the unthinkable. And it was, let's see, the grand jury recommended charges against the Ramseys for placing a child in a threatening situation, for allegedly hindering the investigation of an unidentified person who had committed murder and child abuse, resulting in an unaliving. The district attorney, however, declined to pursue an indictment, citing insufficient evidence. And so it wasn't until, hold on, guys, real quick. Let me get this. Okay, sorry. My battery was going low. It wasn't until later when DNA started coming about that they found some trace DNA that was recovered from her clothing, and it belonged to an unidentified male. At that point, the Ramseys were excluded as contributors. Lots of talk, lots of things were said over the time that all of this was happening. Of course, back then we didn't have social media. We didn't have YouTube, Facebook, all the things. And so all we had was news stations. We're going to watch one of the very first reports. Hold on just a minute. Let me get this pulled up. This is one of the very first reports of the announcement. Let me get our copyright banner up. We're going to pull this up. And we are going to watch this. And here it is. Here we go.
And a double row of candy canes, deputy coroners brought the body of 6-year-old John Benet Ramsey from her upscale home. Neighbors described the young girl as beautiful and polite. In 1995, she won the Little Miss Colorado pageant. Boulder police won't comment on her cause of death, only saying that she wasn't shot or stabbed. They are investigating her death as a homicide. So far, no arrests have been made. This case started as a kidnapping. Police were called here to the scene at about 6 a.m. the morning after Christmas. Someone inside this house had made a 911 call saying that little John Benet had been kidnapped. Well, when police got here, they went inside the house. A short time later, they found the little girl's body. The parents, John and Patsy Ramsey, were home at the time, but detectives say the parents are not suspects. The father's the president of Access Graphics, located on Boulder's Pearl Street Mall. The couple does have another child, a son around 10 years old. Whether the boy is a suspect, investigators won't comment, saying only that right now, this murder investigation is wide open. In Boulder, Phil Keating, 9 News.
Next, we're going to take a tour inside the Ramsey house. So let me share this. Let me see if I can make it any bigger. Oh, hold on. Go back. It does not want to go big.
Home makes the house look much smaller than it is. It is a massive home, 7,000 square feet. The size comes from its length and height. It stretches back and upward on the lot. There are 4 floors in this home. Jean Benet's body was found in this corner of the basement of the home. Her bedroom is here on the 2nd floor. This is the balcony outside her bedroom. Inside, it is all white. It was a very colorful room with wall hangings, toys, stuffed animals, a bright-colored bedspread. This is Jean Benet's bathroom. Next to the bathroom is the door leading directly from her bedroom to the balcony. To give you some perspective, Jean Benet's bedroom is behind and above me. On the other end of the house is her brother Burke's bedroom. Above Burke's bedroom is where her parents' bed was. Shown from the outside of the home, this is Jean Benet's bedroom. Across the house on the 2nd floor on the east end of the home is Burke's room, a room partially covered with wallpaper that has model airplanes. Above Burke's room is Patsy and John Ramsey's bedroom. Their bedroom stretched across most of the 3rd floor. Their bed was here, the opposite end of the house from their daughter's bedroom. The morning of December 26th, Patsy Ramsey says she walked from the bed and across the master bedroom, down the back staircase from 3rd to 2nd floor. At this point, she is a few steps from Jean Benet's bedroom. She continued from the 2nd floor to the 1st floor on the spiral staircase. Patsy Ramsey told police she found the ransom note on one of the bottom steps of the spiral staircase. This is the much talked about spiral staircase in the Ramsey home. There are 9 outside doors in the Ramsey home. There are 104 windows, 100 of them open to the outside. There are a variety of locks on the doors and windows in the Ramsey home. Whoever killed Jean-Benet Ramsey walked down these stairs from the main floor to the basement. The killer turned right onto a small landing and then walked straight ahead to a room at the end of the hall. There was a plywood board here acting as a door. Jean-Benet's body was found in this room. It is roughed out concrete from floor to ceiling. Her mouth and wrists were wrapped in duct tape. There was a knotted rope around her neck. John Ramsey found his daughter's body in this room. He carried her up these stairs to the living room. A Christmas tree was here, decorations, the police, Patsy and John Ramsey, friends, and Jean-Benet's body. Paula Woodward, 9 News.
I wanted to read one. It tells us that while John Benet was still missing, her dad made, arrangements for the ransom. Police started coming in. They looked everywhere. There was a detective that went down that spiral staircase, saw that door, but there was a wooden latch on top. And so at 1 p.m. that afternoon, Master Sergeant Detective Arden asked John Ramsey and Fleet White, a family friend, to search the house to see if anything seemed amiss. He did not, the officer earlier did not open that door. They were at that time looking to find exits for anyone that had came in and left with little John Benet. That door that goes down into that basement area had a wooden latch at the top. That wooden latch was down. No one inside could open that door to come out. That is something that is huge. So John Ramsey and his friend Fleet White, they started their search in the basement. John opened the latch door, which Officer French had overlooked. His daughter's body laid in one of the rooms. Her mouth was covered with duct tape. A nylon cord was found around her wrist and neck, and her torso was covered by a white blanket. John picked up her body, rushed upstairs. When John Benet was moved, the crime scene was further contaminated and critical forensic evidence was disturbed for the returning forensic team. It's very, very strange how poorly this is all done. Now, this is another rare look inside the home we're going to watch here, just so we can all have a good understanding of their house and where everything was placed.
American history. This chilled, unfiltered look offers a glimpse into the scene as it was left, untouched and preserved for investigators. As we walk through the Ramsey home, every room tells a story, every detail a potential clue. Yet, despite decades of investigation, the truth behind John Benet's murder remains elusive. Join us as we explore this haunting footage and revisit the unsolved case that continues to captivate the world.
the walkthrough that the police officer did of the home. $7,000. There's a $7,000 check right there by those stairs. I'm going to speed this up just a tad bit here so that we can get a good look through it, but yet not take forever. I could imagine at this point they were looking at everything possible. What a huge area to look. This is coming in the front door of their home. I don't blame you, want to be sleuthing. Hi, Nani. Thank y'all for being here. And this is the door. That is the door to the basement. Notice he is wearing gloves. Oh, this is John Benet's room. I'm sorry. I thought it was the basement first. She had her own little Christmas tree. Her dollhouse. So very sad. Look at all of her little crowns. It was mine too, Nani. It was my first sadness, you know. That's funny. Want to be sleuthing. She was a beautiful little girl. She really was. Look at her little room. It's just a typical kid room, you know. Life was just so everyday. I've often wondered after seeing this, was that blood? But there was no blood. Thank you all for being here. Little girl got her own little bathroom. She always did. All of her photos were just precious. They even checked the little trash in her bathroom. I honestly believe in that very beginning time that they really allowed people to come in because they thought it was an abduction, and family friends were coming over. Their pastor from their church was there. People were coming and going, neighbors coming in to see what's happened. And there was a group of ladies from their church that had gone into her kitchen and started cleaning, just wiping down the cabinets, all the things in the kitchen, and started getting places set for people to bring food and stuff like that. And that was all before any type of crime scene ever happened, so very sad. There's always been a theory about there being an intruder. But how is it possible for an intruder to be in there, come in that window? How are they going to get out of the basement? They kept a wooden latch on that door. That just never made sense to me. Yeah, I want to be sleuthing. It's sad. It is so sad. There are weirdos out there, for sure. Now, this part right here bothers me. Let me go back just a tad, because this is what I want to talk about right here. Okay, let's go back here. And this is their table with their little gingerbread on it. And looky here. That is pineapples, I believe is what that is, or pears, one of the two. That is something her brother was eating in the middle of the night. He said that she came down in the middle of the night and was hungry too, and he got her some as well. This part right here has always made me wonder. And this is inside their basement. It's got all kinds of rooms in there, just different little rooms. I wish I had that kind of storage. Count. A lot of people believe that. We do want to be, we definitely live in a world where we got to be very conscious of our surroundings. Sadly, for our children, for our grandchildren. Hi, Rachel. Now, just a little side note, it was determined that there had been more than 100 burglaries in the Ramsey's neighborhood in the months before John Benet was unalived. There are 38 registered SOs living within a 2-mile radius of the Ramsey home. That was a little unsettling. There's been lots of movies and lots of books written. Let's see. Burke, her brother. I'm going to read some things to you while y'all are watching. But Burke, her brother, who was 9 years old at the time of John Benet's unaliving, was interviewed by investigators at least 3 times. The interviews did not raise any concerns. A review by a child psychologist stated that it appeared that the Ramseys had healthy, caring family relationships. In 1998, Boulder Police Chief Mark Beckner said during an interview with a newspaper reporter that Burke was not involved in the unaliving of his sister. In May of 1999, the Boulder County District Attorney's Office reiterated that Burke was not a suspect. The Ramseys offered a $100,000 reward in a newspaper ad in April of 1997. 3 days later, more than 4 months after her body was found, they submitted for the first time to separate formal interviews at the Boulder County Justice. They started interviewing them separately. One theory is that Patsy struck JonBenet in a fit of rage after a bedwetting episode and strangled her to cover up what had happened after mistakenly thinking she was already unalive. JonBenet's brother Burks later said, "We didn't get spankings. Nothing of the sort. Nothing close. Nothing near laying a finger on us, let alone unaliving your child." John Edward Douglas, a former FBI special agent and a criminal profiler, contends that John and Patsy Ramsey did not unalive their daughter. He was critical of the way the media and the public viewed the case. In the very beginning, Boulder police initially concentrated almost exclusively upon JonBenet's parents. The police saw no evidence of a forced entry, but they did see evidence of staging of the scene, such as the ransom note. They did not find the Ramseys cooperative in helping solve the case. The Ramseys had said that their reluctance was due to their fear that there would not be a full investigation for intruders and they would be hastily selected as the key suspects. It's a pretty sad situation. I mean, this has gone unsolved all this time, as high profile as it is. It is absolutely crazy. Is this the room she was found in? It may have been, Dan. I may have had the wrong room. Yeah, because there's the window they believe the person came in and out of. The problem was the glass was broken out, not inward. It was broke. The glass was laying on the outside, not on the inside of the room, they said. Is that a flower? Oh, there's a little tiny piece of glass. Thank you, TJ, for dropping that link. I was just glad we could find some original footage from when it all first started and first happened. Look at that tree. My goodness, that's a big old tree. And you got to remember, Christmas Day had just happened. All the festivities. They always had a Christmas Eve party. Day. Had Santa Claus. All the things. Presents everywhere. So very sad because Christmas is supposed to be a time of joy. And sadly, their Christmases probably have never, ever been the same. I lost my mother on Christmas Day, and Christmases just aren't the same. They've never been the same. All right, there we go. Thank you to Midnight Rabbit Hole for that one. It was 9 News that was the other two that we watched earlier. So I'm very glad we found those. You know, technology and forensics have come so very far since little John Benet was unalived, but back then they just didn't have much to go on. And on an investigative side, they did everything they possibly could. And sadly, it wasn't enough. And all these years later, there's absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. Even DNA that they found on her clothing that they saved all these years, they've yet to find a match. Now, to talk very creepily about it, it was really, really strange when, let me get to this real quick. In 2006, John Mark Carr, a 41-year-old school teacher, was arrested in Bangkok, Thailand on August 15th of 2006. Following a false confession to unaliven John Benet, he claimed to have drugged, assaulted, and accidentally unalived John Benet. According to CNN, authorities also said they did not find any evidence linking Carr to the crime scene. In the confession, he provided only basic facts that were publicly known and failed to provide any additional convincing details. The claim that John Benet was drugged cast further doubt on the confession because the autopsy indicated no drugs were found in her body. Furthermore, Carr's DNA did not match the DNA found on John Benet's body. What a sick, sick man. He was totally obsessed. Totally obsessed with her. Very sick. Weird, weird people in this world, but yet they're out there. Yeah, he was a real creep, wasn't he? I remember watching him on TV and I'm like, oh my gosh, where did they find this weirdo? But they flew him all the way from Bangkok into Colorado. And they sent him back, I believe, to Bangkok to get him out of the States. Some can. They very well can get out very quickly, Dan. But from her autopsy, there was no indication of anything like that. I don't even know that, and that's something I was going to look into some more, but I don't even know that. Here, I'm going to read the autopsy for y'all, okay? It revealed that she was unalived by strangulation and a skull fracture. Official cause was asphyxiation. There was no evidence of conventional R, although assault could not be ruled out. No semen was found. No evidence that there had been any type of injury to her down there. Evidence also suggested that the paintbrush used in the garage was also used for assault. At the time of the autopsy, the pathologist recorded that it appeared her nether region had been wiped with a cloth. The autopsy revealed a vegetable or fruit material which may represent pineapple, which John Benet had eaten a few hours before her death. And at the time, John Benet's parents could not ever remember having any pineapples out. It was later found out that the brother was the one that got the pineapples. And that was what was on the table. So I want you to put in chat who you believe, whether it is mother, father, brother, stranger, someone that knew the home. Lots of people at that time, they considered possibly being Santa Claus, because Santa had came to the house while they had their party. They always had a Santa come to the house. That poor Santa turned out it was not him. Okay, so Burke, brother. Burke are the parents, and the parents covered it up. Brother. Okay. Anybody else got any guesses? Hey, Michelle. John's brother, who came every year, Miss Rhonda said. That's an interesting one. Stranger, but possibly someone family might have known. The brother, not sure. Okay. Okay. I've often wondered if it might not have been her brother. Only because she had gotten, oh, you're good, Michelle. Only because her getting up in the middle of the night and her brother was there. That's it. Yeah. Want to be sleeping? Yeah, you got beat up. I didn't have older brothers, but I had cousins. And yeah, they used to hold me against the fence while my grandparents' mean bulldogs would try to gnaw through the fence to get me. I mean, that's the kind of growing up we did. But I did wonder if it could have been the brother. And then the parents. Because at the time, if the brother would have drug her down there, put her down there, no way could he have reached that wooden latch to latch it from the outside, you know. And so I do think with the ransom note being in the house and her little body was in there in the house, that was just the most dumbest thing ever. The amount of money that was asked for the ransom was John Ramsey's bonus amount. A lot of people didn't know that. That's what I think, Wannabe Sleuthin. I don't think he meant to do it. I think he might have got aggravated at his sister. You know, everything was or seemed to be about her. You didn't see anything activity-wise that they did with the brother. They did say the handwriting was very similar to Patsy's, yes, but they could not confirm it as 100% match. There's just too many questions left hanging, but whose DNA would have been on her little body? Oh man, the length of that note was unbelievable. 2.5 pages, handwritten. Guys, I'm going to tell you this right now, though. This is what has baffled me here lately, thinking about it, because I have to stop and remind myself of what I was like when my son was, I found out, no longer alive. I couldn't have sat down and written out a 2.5 page letter. I couldn't have had the clear mind to even think what to write. One of these sleuthing said, I went to the hospital twice over my brother's shenanigan. Both times it was head injuries. Oh, and that's what I think, Lisa. I think the brothers know. I mean, the parents knew that the brother had probably done that, and they were trying their best to not lose both of their kids. Yeah, they had a house too. They had a party at their house. So I don't know. It's just a big baffled mystery in my head, because all these years I really thought, well, the brother did it probably more than likely, and the parents covered it up so that they didn't lose their only other child. And then when I started getting all these things ready to go and going through all this, and I'm like, you know what? I there's no way I could have even made sense writing a 2.5 page letter. Oh, Rhonda, that's what got me the most. And just put it like it was like icing on the cake. If you have not watched the Dr. Phil interview with Bert, definitely go do that, because it was very strange. Very, very strange. And to me, that's when I just was like, yeah, he did it. He did it for sure. If I ever thought it, I do now. And that's the thing, Michelle. What kidnapper is going to run risk getting caught with unconscious child about window, let alone standing on staircase with her over their shoulders? Exactly. And I'm pretty sure back then people probably didn't have Ring doorbell cameras, and a lot of houses probably didn't even have security cameras. I don't even know if they had them made back then. And that's why, more than likely, this will never get solved. And that's just my opinion on it. But I do think that if it was a stranger or someone from the outside, they had to have had some kind of knowledge as to where that basement was. And y'all saw the tour through that house. I got lost. There were 3 floors to that home. 3 floors. There was straight staircases, there was spiral staircases, there was back staircases, front staircases. You know what I'm saying? All these things. Yes, Miss Rhonda, the cigarette butts under the grate outside the window. So, who was sitting outside that window? I don't know, but it's very sad case indeed, because I honestly cannot say. Mm, I know, right? Want to be sleuthing? I couldn't imagine trying to clean that sucker. It'd take you, what, 2, 3 whole days to get every bit of it cleaned. You'd have to do one floor at a time. I know. Why leave a note before and there's There's still a child left in the home, but you're going to say we have her and you're demanding all this money. Nani. Okay, now Nani's taking this way back in now. I still think of Mort from Orc every time I hear Boulder, Colorado. That is so funny. I forgot about that show. That was amazing. Right, wannabe? If you can afford that much of a house, you can afford to pay a cleaner. Definitely. Oh, man. The note baffles me. A ransom note. I demand this much money. I have her. Just basic details, not all that was written there. That was crazy. And to know that amount, that was very strange, and I know that's it. Why no distress? No distress showed when time of phone call passed. Yep, they waited. They sat there. Time went by. It was over. It was gone. I don't know, guys. I do think that it's very disturbing that here's this little girl and someone has gotten away with whatever it is they did to her, all the things that they did to her, sadly. And we can't prove it. I mean, heck, we can't even find Sebastian. We can't find Miss Nancy. What is going on with all the technology that is out there these days? You would think some of this stuff would be done. There has never been a DNA match, but they did find DNA on her clothes that she had on. Oh, look at Michelle said, I've studied this case with a group before I came here. And so, I have always pretty much thought maybe the brother. I don't think a parent could do those things to their child. Him, on the other hand, he was a little out there. A little, I don't know. He was just very strange. He detached himself from the whole situation, it seemed like, when they would ask him questions. Daisy, you hadn't people on accident, girl. Rachel, if you can hear us, it was an accident. TJ got you back in. You're good. Thank you. It happens. It happens. It happens. Yeah. This, yeah, Lisa, that's how I felt. He was a little off, a little weird. And he kind of seemed detached, as if he didn't want to go there in his mind. He wasn't going to go there. Didn't want to think about it. And I can understand not wanting to think about it or go there, all the things, but I don't know. I think if he did do it, for sure his parents helped. Yeah, Nani, there's surely something. And they've reopened her case recently and are going back through the whole entire case file. And that's what I think, Lisa, because you never saw hardly any pictures of him. All the videos, it was unless they were just showing us only the videos with her in it. But all the videos that we've seen, all the pictures we were seeing, very seldom did you see him. Yeah, Burke displays as a child defiant behavior syndrome. Yes, that's it, Michelle. I knew Michelle knew what I was talking about, what my brain was trying to say. But yeah. So I always wondered about that. It was always her, her, her. You know, the mother was definitely all about the little girl. Um, you know, John did have other children, but they were grown. Oh, Rachel says, it just still breaks my heart. I have a child same age. I would never let her be in those pageants. You know, I was asked one time to judge one of those pageants. And so I did. I thought it would just be a fun thing to do with some little kids, you know. Oh no, I heard mothers talking to children in a way that they should never, ever, ever talk to a little girl. She was just a little kid. This little girl was probably about 5 years old, and that mother reprimanded her every time she took a breath. The mother was telling her, stand up, shoulders back. I don't see you smiling. And the girl's like, I'm not on stage yet. And all this was happening, and I'm just like, poor baby. I don't want no part of that. I didn't want no part of it. And it was very sad. Very sad. And so when they came back the next year to ask me to do it again, I told them I was busy. I didn't want to say, no, I don't want to listen to those mean mothers. So I just told them I was busy. But I don't know, guys. Very, very sad situation. I was going to before we, you know, start getting ready to get out of here and stuff, let me let y'all know something. Stacey Wondra will be indicted. They are charging him. They've even upped one of the charges. During his arraignment, there was a phone call that he had with his mother that they played. And in that phone call, the mother asked him, what happened? Is Michael alive? And Stacey Wondra said no, that his wife had accidentally suffocated him. She said, how was that an accident? They had picked him up, put duct tape over his mouth, and obviously a little too much over his nose, and wrapped duct tape around his wrist and his legs, and stuffed him into a duffel bag and put clothes on top of his little body. And when they got to the other place in Kuna, at Brandon Shirtleff's mother's house, exactly, TJ. Why were they even picking him up in the first place? They're sick people. But when they got to his mother's house, they buried the bag that he was in with him in it. I hope and I pray that somehow during this time, during all of this that his mother and his father are going to have to endure, that maybe they will be able to find his little body. and then his mother and his dad can lay him to rest. And so, should that be televised, which I'm hoping it is going to be, because the preliminary stuff, like what just happened, most of the time those aren't televised a lot of times, but I'm hoping that the trial part will be. We are definitely going to go over that for sure, 100%, no doubt. I want to watch that. And so that'll be a day thing. They shot him up with insulin, Rhonda. Okay. I knew they did something else, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to speak on it too much. But it's time to bring that baby home. And those sorry POSs need to speak up and give his mother at least that. They owe her that. They owe her that for sure. Tomorrow, would y'all like to go over one of Stacey Wondra's interviews that he did with law enforcement while they were there searching? And I believe Chris McDonough was there as well. Or is there another case you want to go over? Y'all let me know. Tell me what y'all want. Speaking of tape, the tape for John Benet showed no struggle with mouth tape contact. Tape was placed after she already passed. Oh, goodness. See, that's what I think kind of solidifies my thought process. It was staged. It was loose enough to pull off. Oh, my goodness. Summer, y'all want to go over and do a stream about Summer Wells tomorrow? Are you talking about Monkey's mom, Dan? Yeah, Brandy handled herself amazing. All righty. Well, tomorrow let's do a live stream about Summer. Let's go over and do Summer's case. We haven't done one in a while, and so let's cover her case because she needs to be found just as much as Sebastian. Rachel, there are so many hate people out there. I almost seriously pulled back from YouTube because of it. But we're just going to go over what we know. We're going to go over what we know. We're going to talk about what we know, and we're going to put out all the things. Did you really? Y'all, I'm going to put my camera on for a minute. We got a puppy update.
Oh, well, I opened Allie's door, and they're all scattered everywhere. They're all walking everywhere.
Y'all don't laugh at me. I don't have no makeup on, and my hair is a mess. Let me see. Let me put my camera on. Y'all ready? Stacey's trial starts April 15th. Yeah, I'm hoping. Here, let me get her. Y'all, looky here. Look at this little face. This is my favorite one.
Look at her little tongue.
She is so cute. Her mama's a corgi.
And then her tongue is just like.
And we're not sure what Daddy is, but Daddy must be pretty cute because her so cute.
We think we know who Daddy is.
Who?
Next door neighbors, they have one. Eddie.
Is he Yorkie?
He's a Yorkie.
A Yorkie, maybe mix.
It says Yorkie. Ziva, how'd you get over
Isn't she cute?
Ziva, how'd you
I just love her.
Okay.
And she just sits here. She's so cute.
No.
Hey, little girl. Anyways, guys, y'all don't laugh at me. Like I said, I got my hair all pulled back up. I look horrible. It's always so fun to get little puppy lovins. Her just a snuggle buddy.
Over there first.
Yeah, her little white paws.
Where's the baby?
She's just so sweet. And today's my Ziva's
It
birthday.
is?
Yes.
There's two of my teachers. They have twin birthdays.
Oh my goodness.
And
How
then
exciting.
my science teacher, Parker, and one of my friends in my class.
Oh
has
my
twin birthdays.
goodness. It's birthday day around here. But yeah, my Ziva girl has a birthday. Look at her. Her just so sweet.
Okay, it's
So
time to
sweet.
go. Time to go back to Mama. I opened the door and guess who was the first one here?
Who?
This one.
That one. She's a little
Okay.
walker, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
And your little wobbly.
Yes, Lisa, you got to come and get one. They're so cute and they're all different.
Yes.
Every one of them's
Oh,
different.
3
different.
weeks they can be on.
Yeah, they're 3
Oh.
weeks old today.
No. 3 weeks they can be.
But
sold.
they're almost 3 weeks.
Yeah, they're almost 3 weeks.
They are 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Well,
3
I
weeks.
haven't filled this in a while.
No, let me look, Daisy.
Oh, wow.
Daisy says, let me get over here. TJ, never ever, and I know you'd be pissed at me. What? What'd you say, girl? You never let her go into pageants. Is that the one, Daisy? I didn't see it. What'd you say? Say it again, Daisy, because I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Okay, I'm gonna turn my camera off. I look horrible. I don't scare everybody. Don't want to scare some. What did you say? Go up. Okay, let me keep going. Let me keep going. Let me keep going. Da, 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 da. Lolly, Stacy's trial starts the 15th. Is that the one? Or keep going up. I'm still looking, still looking. Okay. Is that what you were talking about the trial being on the okay, yeah. Okay, good deal. Nani, I tell you, there's 5 of them and they are all different. And she is the softest. Oh my gosh, she's like a plush blanket, that's just so soft you want to keep rubbing it all the time. She's just so sweet. And so, yeah, I'll get the girls to bring them up tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to do a Summers live and go over her case. So y'all come back and join me. We'll do probably about the same time tomorrow. Maybe just a little earlier. Yeah, somebody is getting fixed as soon as hers through nursing. And so, yeah, we'll definitely be back tomorrow. Rachel, it's going to be like probably 5:30, 6 o'clock ish Central Time. I don't know where you live, Rachel, but it'll be Central Time here. So, oh, hey, I'm out. It's your anniversary. Happy anniversary. We love you. So y'all be on the lookout. I'll put it out a little earlier tomorrow in the daytime. I promise. But thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us, going over John Benet's case. If anything new pops off with it or they start getting any leads on it, we'll definitely be covering it. I thought it was a good time to go over it in case they started finding some things. So we'll just keep our prayers going up that all these kids get found, their cases, they'll get answers. They'll get answers. I appreciate everybody for being here. I'm out. Thank you for popping in and telling us hello. You and your hubby enjoy yourselves tonight. And guys, we'll definitely start in April covering that case if it is televised for sure. Until then, I'm going to think of something we can do during the daytime because I got to get more views going. I got to get more people coming. I got to do more. So if y'all have any ideas of what we can do for day streams, send me a message. Let me know. If y'all want to just get on here, hang out, see how everybody's doing, we'll do that. If you got a subject you want to talk about or go over, send that to me. Just send me an email. Let me know. Because I got to do more if I'm going to stay on here. We're going to get it up and moving. And for everybody that was here yesterday, thank y'all so much. Sarah Ebersol. Let me write that down. Sara Ebersole. Okay. We'll definitely look into that when I'm out. I'm still waiting for the people that Blue knows to see if they're going to be able to come on. They had to cancel and couldn't do it that day on Monday. So if we can get them to come on, we'll definitely do that. I'm going to look into some other things. And yes, everybody say prayers for oh, definitely Marion County, Florida. Okay, definitely. Yeah, we'll look into it for sure. Be in prayers for Oklahoma that had that big, huge tornado go through there last night. The east side of Texas is going to get slammed, in Arkansas as well. I think some up into and over into the west side of Tennessee. So if these storms hold together, they're supposed to be pretty rough. Egg size hail, they've said, is part of it. And so, definitely be in prayers for everybody that's got weather coming their way. Guys, keep me in your prayers over the next couple of weeks. Getting very nervous, very anxious. My hearing's coming up pretty soon. What about this new case, Lolly? What new case? Which one? Which one, Dan? You got to remind me, Dan. Yeah, get a helmet. TJ, get your helmet on. I'll give my granddaughter's batting helmet. The one about the two sisters in the suitcase. This is what I'm hearing. The dad's been looking for one of them for several years. The mother's been arrested. And so that's pretty much that. I mean, there's not a whole lot out there. I was going to look into it, but there's really not a whole lot. And the mother did it for whatever reasons. Thank you, Lisa. I'm so nervous, not meeting my storage amount on YouTube. I gotta have something. And when you fill out job applications and they say, can you lift 25 to 50 pounds? I can't. If I did, I wouldn't be able to go back to work for about 2 or 3 days because I'd be so down in my back. So it's kind of do or die for me. And so lots of decisions to make after that process is over. The mother went to court today. Yeah. So I don't know what more we could talk about. I'll look into it and see if there's anything else to it. Nancy Guthrie's case is absolutely crazy. There are so many theories. Guys, I still have questions about that video with her case. I honestly believe it might be AI generated. There's cameras inside the house, but there's no footage. They could not retrieve any footage because there was none there to retrieve. So I don't know. I don't know. Lots of questions. Lots of questions. Too many kids going missing. Our local radio station put out so many kids. There have been 12 kids in the East Texas area that have recently been just vanished. Oh my goodness. The lady that was abused for 28 years, she stabbed him in the neck. He survived, but they charged her today. It ended. Jury is deliberating. Wowza daisy. Man, isn't that sad? You get abused and you just have had enough and do something about it, and then you got to deal with this now. Mm-mm-mm. Pastor unalived his pregnant wife. Oh my gosh. Guys, our world is getting worse and worse as days go by. The amount of people doing things to children, doing things to their own family. I just don't understand it. It's never okay. Never, ever is it okay. I don't know. Well, guys, listen, y'all be on the lookout. Make sure to hit that bell. Make sure it's on all so you get all the notifications when we get going. I appreciate everybody for being here more than y'all know. I love you guys so much. And yeah, he was the contestant on American Idol. Okay. I didn't know he was a pastor. Oh my gosh. Wow. The world just, something's off its axis, I swear, and people are going insane, crazy. I don't know. Oh. 2 10-year-old girls. Well, you know, karma is for real. She is a pretty mean one. Oh, yeah, the prosecutor that prosecuted Karen Reed is her lawyer. Oh, wowza. Mm-mm-mm. Man, man, man. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get out of here. My granddaughter's up here. Hadn't seen her in the last day or so. Got to get my little fix with my granddaughter time. So y'all be good out there. And thank you for being who y'all been. My friends, supporting me and being here for me. I love you guys so much. Anybody on replay, thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate y'all so very much. Y'all have a super good night. And as always, love and hugs, everybody. See you soon.